Well, Dowse is on his way to Wembley. Congratulations, you must be delighted through to the first round of the FA Cup.
I am pleased. The most pleasing thing was obviously this morning we wake up and obviously Collier couldn't play in a half time. Jamal had his shoulder popped out. PG's telling, gotta get him off, gotta get him off. I'm saying, just give it 5 minutes now, like, you know. Again, it could have been on my head that I've made a play for injury, which you would have done that with you. But we have them off. I thought the two young lads in there, Charlie Cook and the kid, done unbelievably, to be honest. You know, I've got two young lads to play against some senior players in there, Toby and Charlie. I thought it was excellent. But before we played Charlie this morning, before we play him, and you don't ever so well. And I thought it worked really, really hard. And we've been saying all week, listen, let's get the crowd back on our side by working hard. The rest of it will come. The rest of the passing, movement, everything will come as long as we work hard. So that's been intentional all week, and I'm just delighted to get the next round. And I think we're going to open the bar on Monday, as far as for people to come down for a drink to see the draw. I've never done that before in 12 years, so it'd be nice for me and all. They said the bar's open by 7 or whatever I think it is, so I might get down here for 4 and have a few pints.
And obviously the first half, Woking were, you know, very much second best, without really being, you know, causing Welling any problems. But Welling didn't really take their opportunities, and it must be them being very important to get to half-time 0-0.
I don't think it was that bad, to be honest. I'm always on to do these things. I thought we probably had a better chance. Max Cressman's got to go through and do better, same as Jamal. Jamal's could have went through and all like that. I didn't really step up a header off Cooper, couldn't really score. So I thought it was very cage. I thought it was a typical second against the top game, and the second half we've done well as well. Usually it's like game of 2 halves. I didn't think it was today. I thought we were okay in the first half. I thought there was nothing in the game whatsoever. I thought we had the better chances or better openings. I thought the second half, you know, obviously was sending off as well, but I thought before we were sending off, we were getting on top as well, you know.
I was going to say, how pivotal do you think the sending off was?
I thought we were better to say when that was happening, to be honest. Sometimes it's harder then because the expectancy, you've got to break them down, but there's this shouting all the time, be patient, that was the message. I must have shouted it 500 times on the side, just be patient, things will happen. And it did do. Obviously the kids scored, and he's got a long try back to Torquay now, so he didn't try very well. And, but it's just pleasing because obviously with Jamal coming off with an injury as well and losing Nathan, it could be same old. So now it's 2 losses in 15, and that doesn't look too bad, to be honest. And you know, the games we've lost has only been by a goal. So hopefully, if we can give a little bit more on our side, and the supporters will meet with a little bit halfway. I know we can't give any more because they pay a lot of money, but if we can just give a little bit in the next couple of weeks, we'll try to get ourselves in a position where we're top and we're in the next round of the cup, and that's what the ambition's got to be. I was pleased about the battle quality recently.
And Hodge came on today, and again he made a difference, didn't he?
He was playing this morning, Hodge, to be fair, he was playing, but you've got to remember that we had to do something with the injury to Nathan, and you get somebody who's 6'2" out of the team who's just going to be too small, and that's now against Hodge. And he comes on, he done very well. He'd be disappointed he's not playing, that's fine, but he come on and done a job for ish. And I thought the rest of the lads earned their shirt, to be honest. I thought they worked really, really hard. That's what I expect to see, because we've been working on strategies and injuries and suspensions and going through it. And, so on Tuesday I went to train, me, Ian and Martin went differently and said, forget about everything else, start working hard again. Let's get regrouped like we've done pre-season, and just start, you know, even in training, doing better on with fitness, doing better on your keep ball sessions. And they have done all week with Robert Green coming down and seeing it. Robert Green will not be surprised at one today, because he thought we were very sharp on Tuesday night. So the message is, let's try to get people on our side, and the best way to get people, everybody in life likes to try it, don't they? I think everybody likes to try it, I do, and I think the support I see we're trying and having a go, I think we'll grow with it, and I don't think we've done that for a little while, to be honest, except for a bit of Ricky game. So hopefully we have to start the things where we will win all the games, of course not, but if we'll give everything all the time, I'm sure we can get a bond between supporters and you know, and players, and that's what I want to try to do, and I'm delighted, I really am.
And how important was that save from Craig Ross right at the end?
Yeah, cameras, I bet the cameras on him, wasn't it? You know, he gives it one of them. I just said nearly, he could have bent down, but obviously his parents or somebody's in the stand taking a little shot at him, one of them for you, Dad, or whatever, and but he's not good. I think he's got better as the games went on, created his experienced goalkeeper, rusty to start with. I thought he done, you know, and he's training better. Obviously it's hard on Bertie, because Bertie's been very close to playing as well. But you know, he's done great saves there, and yeah, to help out, you know. But fair play.
And what's the position with the injuries? You obviously got the 2 Oxford lads still hopefully to come back, and also the lad from Steve.
Yes, that's right. So we're them back next week. Harvey's here. I think we're delighted with Harvey. Harvey could have been he's been sprinting, but it's Oxford who said, just give it another week, just give it another week. So I believe by next week, as long as Harvey does all the football stuff, because he's been winning runs in the under 23s, he's trained all week. But as long as Harvey does all the stuff football-wise this week, I believe we'll get him back for next week. That's what I believe. But you know, I'm not going to say it might pull. Marnie Little trained, I believe, on the weekend. So touch wood, we could have 3 or 4 back, which would be great. Competitions, Nathan's is the illness, that should be fixed quite quick. Kane Fernhan goes and has his observation around doing the run. I appreciate all the help out there for me run. So you're looking, all this black smoke what's been around us, if you like, around the club, about injuries, you're looking now and you're thinking, okay, we might be getting some back, but then you've got Jamar who sure has popped out, and you're thinking, yeah, we're good, but listen, I've moaned too much about it. I'm thinking, if I moan all the time and people do watch interviews, then the players might clock onto that, so I'm best off shutting my mouth, to be honest, and just getting on with it. And that's the mentality I've had all week. All managers change their style of management. Sometimes that can be a sergeant major, sometimes I believe that can be a nice family man. But we've changed tack by saying how great we are, and let's stick together, and if we get injuries, tough luck, we'll get injuries, let's get on with it.
The draw for the first round on Monday, who do you fancy?
Who do I fancy? Yeah.
Not that team.
No, anyway, Sunderland, so if we get Sunderland, I'll let Ian and Martin take train. I'm going to get out there on the Monday, I'm going to go to Working Man's Club for 5 days, get absolutely steamed, and I'll be ready for the game on the Saturday.
Lovely, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, thank you, bye bye.